So far in this series, we've looked at the musical alphabet and the notes A, B, C, D, E, F and G. On the piano, these are all of the white notes. But what about the black notes, the notes in between? In this lesson, we're going to look at accidentals. An accidental is a symbol placed before a note that tells you if you need to play one of these black notes. Now, accidentals can be played by almost all instruments, but we're going to use the piano to help us visualize how an accidental changes a note. There are three types of accidental. A sharp has a symbol that looks like a hashtag. Please don't call it a hashtag though, as a sharp is very different. A sharp raises a note by a semitone. Let's take a look at the piano. I'm going to play an F. If I wanted to play an F sharp, I would play the note a semitone higher, which is this one. This is F sharp. Let's take another note. This note is D. I want to play a D sharp. Which note should I play? It would be this note here, because it's a semitone higher than D. Another type of accidental is called a flat. Its symbol looks a bit like a lowercase b. A flat lowers a note by a semitone. Let's take another look at the piano. Here is an A. If I want to play an A flat, I have to play the note that is a semitone lower, which would be this note. If I want to play a D flat, then I find the note D, then play the note that is a semitone lower. Now at this point, you may have noticed two things. Not every note has a black note before or after it. For example, B does not have a black note after it. If I wanted to play B sharp, I'd just end up playing C. If I wanted to play an F flat, well, I'd just end up playing E. The other thing you may have noticed is that the black notes on the piano can be called two different names. Let's take this note for instance. This note is a semitone higher than F, so it is called F sharp. But it's also a semitone lower than G, so it could also be called G flat. F sharp and G flat, whilst having different names, will sound exactly the same. If you take a look at the other black notes, you'll see that they all have two different names. Now, let's move away from the piano and look at the stave. When we write down sharps and flats, they have to be drawn in a particular way. Firstly, the accidental should be drawn before the note you want to change, never after. Also, notice how the sharp and flat symbols both have a hole in the middle. Well, if the note head is on a line on the stave, the line should go through the middle of the hole in the accidental. If the note head is in a space, then the space should pass through the hole in the accidental. Written music is full of shortcuts that mean we don't have to write as much on the page. For example, if I have more than one F sharp in a bar, I only need to write a sharp before the first F. The rest of the Fs in the bar are automatically converted. But what if we want to play an F sharp, then play a normal F after it in the same bar? This brings us to our final accidental called the natural. A natural cancels out a previous sharp or flat. If I have an F sharp and I want the next F in the bar to be F natural, then I simply draw the natural sign before the next F note. Just like sharps and flats, natural signs must be written before the note and sit on the same line or space as the note you want to change. So, to summarise, an accidental is either a sharp, flat or natural. A sharp raises a note by a semitone. A flat lowers the note by a semitone. And a natural cancels out a previous sharp or flat. That's the end of this lesson on accidentals. Please click the link below to complete the quiz and test your knowledge.